I had this scenario where I was on an elevator with a senior EVP that I admire in a Fortune 500 company I work at. I feel I present myself well during the quick interaction. My question for you is, in a hypothetical situation, if you're on the elevator with a senior executive and you're one-on-one with him, how do you present yourself to them? What is your pitch? Yeah, this is a great question. So I remember when I used to work at Goldman Sachs years ago, I get nervous when I was in an elevator and there's a senior executive there. I remember one day there was this guy named Bob Steele, who was executive vice chairman of the firm at the time. And I was in the elevator with him, and there's somebody else there too, and I didn't know what to say. And so I said, "Beautiful day, isn't it?" Right? And he kind of looked at me like, and they lose respect for you when you don't act yourself. Okay, so just kind of, I don't know, be yourself. You can just say something like, "Hey, how you doing? You see the game last night?" Whatever it is. Don't be uptight like I was. Okay, because I remember after that elevator ride at One New York Plaza, from the 49th floor down to the first floor, which felt like forever. After the elevator ride, I asked myself, did I sound smart? Did I say something? Did that help my career or not? And it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And I think he probably lost a little bit of respect for me as well. So you just got to be yourself. And other people around you, like your colleagues, if they see that you're not yourself, they'll lose respect for you as well. So just pretend that this person is your aunt or uncle you haven't seen in a while. And just be yourself. Just be laid back. You know, because as Dr. Seuss said, those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. Be you. Everybody else is taken. Yeah. And when you go to an interview as well, and I remember I went on this streak where I couldn't get a job for a while, and I prepared like crazy for interviews. And I just wasn't myself. It was kind of robotic, you know, like Mark Zuckerberg testifying in front of Congress. Huh. That's how he laughs. Yeah. I wasn't myself. And I couldn't get a job, man. And so I went to an interview finally, and I was like, I don't really care if I get this job. And I was just myself. And, you know, we talked about the weather, we talked about sports, and I ended up getting that job. I'm not telling you to be rude or disingenuous or too laid back, but just, you know, be yourself. Just chill out and don't worry about it. I promise you it works. And one little tip I have before you do an informational meeting or an interview with anybody is I want you to go to their Twitter profile, okay? And I want you to see, you know, what are their interests? You know, if they love baseball, you could talk about baseball in the meeting. You know, sports is great boardroom talk because you can spark up a conversation based on any city in the world with any sport you're passionate about. And what I did years ago in the hedge fund industry, and this is crazy, but there was this guy that I was interviewing with, and he was a massive New York Rangers hockey fan. And so what I did on my Nintendo GameCube in 2002, before I interviewed with him, was I bought this NHL game and I played as the Rangers for a while, just so I can kind of understand a little bit more about the team. A little bit crazy, I know. The bottom line is this, and I'm rambling, I know. The bottom line is that if before your informational meeting, go to somebody's Twitter profile so you can find out what their interests are, because you'll never get that second chance to make a great first impression. And that's a cheesy quote from an old Head & Shoulders commercials from the 80s. But you got to bond before business. You'll never get that chance again. Don't ever go to a meeting and talk business right away. Just be you. You do you. You be you.